Hey Taurus, this is Michael with your May 2022 reading. I do hope that you are well and in good spirits. I want to wish all of you who have a birthday in May or had a birthday in April a blessed solar return. I do hope that this one is very special for you. I know with the eclipse in your sign at the end of April, maybe it feels like there's a lot happening all at once right now. Maybe it feels like there's some tremors or some aftershocks throughout this month. We're going to go over the tarot and astrology. I already have all of your cards on the table here. Before we dive into that, though, I just want to let you all know that all of my links are in the description box down below, and I'm actually running a 15% off sale until May 16th. That is the day of the solar eclipse, or I'm sorry, lunar eclipse. So if you are interested in getting a reading or a Reiki session with me, now is a great time to do that. And I have the blog as well as my Patreon linked down below as well, where I have more weekly updates and more information, more astrology for you. And we also have some live streams, so if any of that sounds interesting, be sure to check me out there too. And as always, I appreciate all of your support. Your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes help me to continue putting out these readings and doing this incredible work, so thank you so much for that. You are welcome to now join me, maybe make yourself a nice cup of tea, and we are going to read the cards I pulled for you. So the first card that we have is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And what's very interesting is that this is followed by the Four of Pentacles as kind of themes or things that have been coming into focus for you since this energy in the past. And it feels like a lot of you have been in a situation that is actually improving. This is kind of just the overall energy, but I do get kind of a financial or logistical energy with this, to be kind of specific, because we're working with pentacles. Often this represents things pertaining to money or home or work or anything with our basic needs. And when I see the Five of Coins in reverse, this is actually a good sign, because this is coming out of a situation of hardship. Maybe there is some assistance that you have started to receive, or something has just started to shift in some way. And with the Four of Pentacles, this is actually a great sign considering the context, because the Four of Pentacles, while it is an energy of kind of like pinching, penny pinching, or holding on to things, it does imply that there is something that you have here. It's very interesting because you could actually be making yourself a little bit stuck with this energy, but overall, with sort of the progression here going from the Five of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles, it actually feels like you are getting something. You may be holding on to something, you may be holding on to situations that aren't necessarily that serving for you or that beneficial for you, but I feel like you're on the mend. Something is on the mend here. So if there's been money problems and things haven't improved yet, I would take this as a sign that things are still gradually improving. It's just your own mindset or your own sense of security has been so rattled that you might be hyper vigilant right now. So that's kind of informing the energy for May. We do have the King of Swords in the present here, and this is very interesting because I feel like there's a lot of strategizing that is happening for you this month, and things are becoming very clear. You might be making clear boundaries for yourself. You might be really figuring out how to go about doing things that you want to do, and I can't help but think of something that is happening on the 1st with your ruling planet, Venus. It is actually going to be forming a sextile with Pluto and Capricorn. And what this means is that it's really helping you get a new opportunity, or it's giving you new insights. There could even be the potential for education or travel for some of you, and maybe that's what you are learning here. You are becoming a master in your craft this month. But I feel like overall this whole month there is a lot of strategy here. And being very clear in your communication, saying what you need to say without getting super emotional. I actually want to clarify this card too. There's a lot about you working things out in your shadow and in your subconscious this month, because Venus will actually enter Aries on the 2nd, and this isn't a really comfortable place for Venus to be in because Venus is in its detriment in the sign of Aries. Aries is naturally a marred rule sign, so they're kind of opposites. And for you specifically, this is really having you look in your subconscious, but you actually are very intuitive this month. You are very clear. And sometimes when I see the King of Swords, this is someone who actually reads tarot or someone who works with divination in some way. So there could be this clear intuitive picture that you are getting, despite the fact we have Mercury retrograde this month. Your intuition is very on point. It's just the details and kind of the practical affairs that could really spin you out. So those are things to kind of keep in mind. But why do we have the King of Swords here? We have the Page of Cups in reverse. So this could either be your energy or someone else's. I feel like someone is turning down a romantic offer. And honestly, Taurus, this would make a lot of sense for you. Or maybe you're just feeling guarded to something that is emotional. Kind of thinking of this Four of Pentacles here, sometimes that does indicate feeling walled off. I could see that with the King of Swords for sure. And needing some distance with the Five of Swords. This full moon eclipse that we have, this lunar eclipse in Scorpio, is in your opposite sign. And this often does signify changes in relationships or changes to the way you relate to others at large. And there really are these kind of large sweeping patterns, and we're in your season, Taurus, so this really is about you. You might be cutting out energy that just isn't on your level or is toxic, and I feel like there is this challenge with walking away or distancing someone or cutting someone off. But I think you know that you need to do this, if this resonates for you. I kind of wonder if this person, you have some sort of history with them that has made you feel like you can't trust people. And to be honest, it's almost like I'm getting this vibe of being cut off from other people a little bit, which is kind of a red flag to me. Or maybe you just feel disconnected from other people. Even if you're communicating, you're not being emotionally communicative. You're not speaking from your heart. Why is the Five of Swords here? Wow, okay, Five of Swords with the Eight of Cups. Both of these cards are about walking away. I feel like a lot of you are leaving a situation behind, and this feels like a relationship. It's almost like you've had to get on your own feet, and things still feel a little rocky. Your own foundation feels a little rocky. But you know you need to distance yourself from someone, or you know you need to just keep going in your own direction. I'm really getting strong eclipse vibes here with walking away. Some of you could be in a relationship with an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Or potentially even a Capricorn, Aquarius cusp person. Or you're just releasing that. And when we talk about relationships and letting people go, this doesn't mean that you don't have feelings for them anymore. I think this is something we need to kind of talk about more. What this really is you're just letting go of control. You're letting go of any sort of emotional investment in changing the outcome of a relationship with someone. That's what it means to let someone go. And that doesn't mean that you don't feel certain feelings. And I do actually have the Queen of Swords in the future, which is interesting. This card came out twice, as did the Three of Pentacles. Both of these cards came out twice. They came out together. And the first time the Queen of Swords actually came out in the reverse. And sometimes when I see the Queen of Swords, this is someone who has been hurt or wounded in such a way where she can actually be quite cutting and quite guarded. And that was sort of talked about with these other cards. But I feel like this is more about having a sharp perception, a sharp intuition, seeing things very clearly. And it's like you're allowing yourself to see things you didn't really allow yourself to see before, or maybe you're just saying the things that you saw before, you're finally voicing them. And I do feel like with Three of Coins, it's interesting how with the Pentacles there is this kind of this decession or dissension, because we went from the Five of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles, and we end off with the Three of Pentacles here. But this energy of these cards, despite something going down or decreasing, it's bringing you something or other people that are conducive to you. And it feels like you're planning something, you're working on something, you're building something. And I'm really getting strong Libra vibes from this Queen of Swords, actually. Maybe some of you have Libra placement in your chart, or maybe you are working with someone who has a Libra placement in their big three. I feel like there's help on the way. And you have what you need. I think that's really, really important. Especially if there is this kind of thing with scarcity happening for you this month. It feels like your needs are going to be met in some way or somehow. And we really do have this beautiful energy for you at the very end of the month. We have Venus entering your sign, and this is going to really be compounded with the new moon in Gemini, which is your second house of resources, of money. So if there is something with finances, that could be resolving very shortly. Or that you could be attracting something. I actually feel like some of you could be doing manifestation with someone by the end of the month, or brainstorming. I kind of feel like the Queen of Swords, for some of you, could actually represent like a therapist or a mentor or a coach or even a reader. Maybe even collaborating with someone. There feels like there's some sort of correspondence at the end of this month that is helping abundance and money come in, and it's also helping you find stability emotionally. Right as I say that, we have the Lovers. And this is Gemini energy. We will be in Gemini season. And I mean, the new moon is in Gemini with the Lovers here. Now these are general readings, so not all of these messages will resonate with everyone. And I don't expect this to resonate with a lot of you, just a few of you, but I'm almost wondering if there is something about like an office or work romance. This feels a little confirmed with the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Could also be some nepotism or getting some love from someone in the office, whether that's like relational or just like praise, or some sort of gift. If I didn't know better, Taurus, I actually feel like some of you are getting out of a situation with one person, and there is a new relationship you are going into, or there is one that will shortly appear, and it may be someone you are working with, or maybe someone you work well with. I'm getting Libra and Gemini energy for this potential energy, as well as Aries, with the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Maybe for some of you, this person is already in your life. Time is fluid in these general readings. Keep that in mind as well. So some of this may play out at a different rate for some of you. I want to pull an animal card for you to kind of clarify all of this energy. You have the Vulture. So there are some things that are ending, and you're seeing signs of them. There's also things that are cleansing. Vulture isn't actually that scary of a card. I know we have the sort of dark connotation. It looks kind of scary with this black and dark purple. But Vulture actually is very important to its ecosystem. It prevents the spread of disease. It makes use out of death. It finds life in death. It finds new beginnings. And whatever situation has ended, or whatever situation is challenging you, it's like you're finding the silver lining. And if you're struggling to do that, you can actually connect with this animal energy. You can connect or meditate with Vulture or on Vulture to really help you find the life in death, or to find life force in things that are challenging or hard to digest. And I feel like some of you are cleansing something in general. There's something that is cleansing either in your space or in your life. You're being cleansed of something. And I think some of you are doing this by walking away or leaving something behind. And we have the Elk card, a very stable energy here. You are building stable foundations. And it's almost like to find the stability you really want, you have to walk away from things that just aren't working. You know, don't hold on to something because you're afraid there won't be anything else waiting for you. Don't hold on to unideal situations, whether it's a relationship, a job. The eclipse we had in April with your sign was also conjunct Uranus. And that was really about you being shaken out of your comfort zone and reaching beyond what is familiar. And it feels like there's sort of this shift for you where you have to take some risks. And I know with Mercury retrograde, it's generally considered not a great time to make big decisions in your life. But if you have a big decision that you need to make, don't delay it just because Mercury is retrograde. If you have to make a decision, you have to make it, right? And almost consider that part of what Mercury retrograde is doing for you. If you need to replace something because it broke, that's kind of Mercury tying up that loose end. And that's a way to think about it. It's not about starting new things. It's about ending cycles, tying up loose ends. And we do have Mercury going retrograde in Gemini on the 10th, and it goes into your sign, I want to say the 22nd. And there could be some review and really figuring out what your priorities are. But I feel like there's something very stable. And another message I'm sort of getting to, at the start of this month, it might feel like you have so little to give, but it's like you see what you have to offer or what you have to give by the end of the month as well. And that's a beautiful state to be in, really. That's true abundance, when we can give of ourselves to other people. But there's an exchange here. It's not about people who are taking advantage of you. It's about supporting people that you love and being supported by people that you love. Those are the sorts of relationships you are lining up with. And some of you may even be kind of lining up with a person or a relationship where you are working together. And if this isn't signifying a breakup, I almost wonder if there is a move that is associated with a relationship. Maybe your partner is moving, got offered a job somewhere, or there's just some sort of cycle or pattern that you're breaking yourself out of. There's something that is changing, and you are leaving something behind, or that's very, very challenging to do, but it's what you're being asked to do this month. And it will be more stable for you in the long run. Anyways, Taurus, those are all the messages I have for you this month. Again, happy birthday to my Taurus sun people who are watching this. I hope that this was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. You can find all of my links in the description box down below. And if you want more clarity or this video just didn't quite resonate, you are welcome to look at the May playlist and check out the videos for your moon or rising sign. There may be something there for you. And again, all of my services are 15% off until the 16th. So if you want to get a reading or Reiki session with me, now is a great time to do that. Maybe a nice little birthday present for yourself. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Taurus.